you're married to an immigrant who's a naturalized U.S. citizen. If someone were to say to her she should go back to her country because of her criticism of federal policies, wouldn't you consider that a racist attack?
Well, the Secretary of Transportation came here at age 8 legally, not speaking a word of English, and has realized the American dream. And I think all of us think that this is a process of renewal that's gone on in this country for a very long time, and it's good for America, and we ought to continue it.
But what was it racist for him to say go back? Was it racist for him to say go back to your country?
As I said, the legal immigration has been a fulfilling of the American dream. The new people who come here have a lot of ambition, a lot of energy, tend to do very well and invigorate our country. And my wife's a good example of that.
Leader McConnell, but someone with the president, would you ever use the words "go back to where you came from"?
Look, I'm obviously a big fan of legal immigration. It's been a big part of my family for a quarter of a century. As I look around the country and watch the contributions that have been made by new arrivals and the children of new arrivals, it's been reinvigorating America for hundreds of years. So I'm a big fan of legal immigration.
Leader McConnell, does this make your job harder?
Do you think that the president would be more likely to tone down his rhetoric if Republican leaders like yourself spoke out more forcefully against it?
Well, I think I've just said, I think everybody ought to tone down their rhetoric. We have examples of that across the ideological spectrum in the country, all across it. Everyone ought to tone down their rhetoric, and we ought to move back to talking about the issues.
But you stopped short of calling his comments racist.
Look, I'm sorry?
You've stopped short of calling his comments racist.
Well, the president's not a racist.
But the
Well,
comments
that's
The
not
president's not a racist. And I think the tone of all of this is not good for the country. But it's coming from all different ideological points of view. That's the point. To single out any segment of this, I think, is a mistake. There've been this kind of rhetoric from a whole lot of different sources all across the ideological spectrum in our country.